Is your garden feeling a bit frumpy? We've all made purchases that don't quite stand the test of time, or we've outgrown them because our style has changed. Today I'm walking you through my 3 steps to a spring garden edit. It's not about how much you can add, although we do like to add things. Today we're talking about having the courage to remove or change decor to let our garden truly shine. So step 1 is assessing the wear. Now this is a great time to take a walk through your garden, or you may even have pictures of last year's garden to look at for a reference. Did you notice things then that you were thinking, it's time to update those, or it's time to change them out? So as we're looking at those items, we have pieces that have been out in the elements for a few seasons, maybe a few seasons too many, and they're starting to show their age. Perhaps the paint has faded or the resin has cracked in the frost. While it's tempting to keep them just out of habit, these tired items can often pull down the energy of an entire garden bed. I took a walk through my own garden recently and found a resin rabbit that was simply past the point of repair. It felt frumpy, a term I use for items that no longer feel elevated or timeless. If you're pulling things out of storage in the next few weeks, give them a critical eye. Ask yourself, is this piece still adding beauty to my garden, or is it just taking up space? Step 2, checking that style. The second step is checking into our own style. Our tastes aren't static. They grow, they change, just like our plants do. Sometimes an item was perfect 3 years ago, but it just doesn't resonate with us anymore, or the look we're trying to build today. And there's no shame in admitting that a piece is no longer working for you. Maybe it was a fast decor purchase that never truly felt intentional. As soon as you got it home, you knew it wasn't going to work. Or perhaps it was a style you've simply outgrown. I've had items that I've moved from corner to corner trying to make them work, only to realize they never will because it didn't fit my style. Instead of letting them clutter my vision, I let them go. You can donate them, you can sell them, or maybe you have a friend that it would fit their garden perfectly. Gift it to them. These are items that still have life in them, but they just no longer work for us. They'll work for someone else though, and that person will truly enjoy having it in their garden. By removing these items, this is going to create that breathing room necessary for your garden's hidden gems to really shine. I'm always looking for ways to carry the garden style into my home. For me, that transition is where a space really starts to feel collected and intentional. If you saw my spring reset video a few weeks ago, you've seen this mossy green rabbit on my coffee table. I specifically selected this piece because it offers that garden charm we love, but in a way that feels intentional and stays beautiful season after season. It's the perfect example of a hidden gem that bridges the gap between your garden and your home. Every item in my boutique is something I've personally found and curated to help you create that timeless look in your own space. You can explore the full collection at michelleshomeandgarden.com. I've also linked it in the description below, and it's in the first pinned comment. Now let's get into step 3 of our edit, when the garden literally outgrows the decor. When we're looking around, we can see that our plants may be changing the view. Sometimes a piece is beautiful and fits perfectly with your style, but the garden has simply grown. I have an urn tucked behind my roses that was a focal point when it was in its first year there. Last year was its second year, and as the roses matured and gained more structure, the urn is slowly being covered up. You can no longer see it. It's lost its voice in the garden. In these cases, you have a choice. Move the plant or move the decor. Usually it's much easier to find a new moment for the decor. So most likely that urn will be moving. Okay, so my lady statue I will be leaving because she actually goes in that spot. When we planted the arborvitaes, we specifically left that gap for her to be put in. So I think she's perfect there. I can see her from my kitchen window, but this was something that I purchased that I thought would look really pretty behind her as a backdrop, because there is a gap there up against the fence, but it just really never did anything. It didn't really highlight her. And this is an important note. If you give an item a job to do and it does not do that job, you have to decide if you really want to keep it. The whole point of that screen was to enhance the statue, and it didn't do it. Now we're finally going to get on to the decor that we love, but we need to move in the garden just to give it a new look. A new spot in the garden to try that piece out in. I've been moving several of my favorite pieces to new locations, and I'll be doing more of that this spring. Places where they can be found again. Repositioning a planter or another item to another area in your garden can make your entire garden feel new. It's about being intentional with where we draw the eye. As you walk in your garden this week, I encourage you to look at it through a new lens. Do you have items that are broken or worn that need to be replaced? Pieces that no longer reflect who you are? Or those hidden gems that have been overgrown with plants? Taking the time to edit now ensures that when the first blooms arrive this spring, they are framed by a space that is polished and truly reflects your style. If you enjoyed this look at the steps of editing your spring garden design, you'll love my video on the 3 design layers every garden needs. It's the perfect next step for planning your spring transformation. Thanks for watching, and have a great week.